Welcome back, league mates and listeners, to the Week 11 Pigskin Pals podcast. Last week was a guarantee by AJ.
Guaranteed. Let's go,
And
baby.
he took the L in our Dynasty matchup. That's what this episode's going to be about, is our DFS lineups, our league pick'ems, and just kind of spitballing for the rest of the week. So let's get stuck right into it.
Yeah, like Dane said, I took the L. Feel okay about it, about my team in general. I think my team did pretty good. Obviously, Dobbs is a bum, but we both had him, so that didn't really matter. And the Giants' defense didn't do what I thought they were going to do in terms of getting turnovers. The real thing I'm pissed about is Jahmyr Gibbs putting up 41. Like, if he just has a normal day, I absolutely waxed Dane. He put up kind of a dud in general. He just had one dude. Two dudes. Kyron did great, too.
I feel like it was more impressive that you didn't have someone that exploded for 40 points on your team, because there was like 5 guys it felt like that were putting up 3 touchdowns. We had Taylor, AJ, Gibbs. I'm sure I'm missing someone like Drake London had another monster week again, where there were so many boom players this week. And then also on the inverse, there were just a ton of dud players.
So many duds. Yeah.
Our teams were kind of a show of like a mix of that. Lamar really did not work for paying up for a quarterback.
Told you they were getting shut down.
Guess what I'm doing this week? I'm paying up for a quarterback again. Spoiler,
all right, let's go over.
But
let's see. I'm curious about that.
Before we start revealing, how do you feel about your lineup?
I actually had a great time building this lineup. I don't know what it was. Maybe I just like a lot of matchups this week. I feel like the past couple weeks, even though I had a guarantee, like I said, I'm guaranteed winning this week. I didn't feel good building that lineup. I didn't feel good the week before that, the week before that. This is the first time in a while I felt good building a lineup. So we'll see if that translates to a win.
There were definitely a lot of fun games and matchups to build around for this week. I did another different strategy. I mean, with such a big lead,
you could do whatever the hell
just have
you want.
fun.
I need to put up like 3 straight wins here to make this interesting.
So we can get started revealing our players. In my quarterback 1 spot, I got Josh Allen.
Holy hell!
At quarterback.
Is this the first time we've seen him?
I think so. DFS? But like K is pretty cheap for Josh Allen. It feels like he's the most expensive quarterback on the slate, and I'm pretty obsessed with this Buffalo and the Tampa Bay game. When we see Josh Allen in a must-win game, he kind of takes over and gets those rushing touchdowns, which I'm hoping is going to be coming this week. And
I'm here, baby. You know, it's been 2 a little bit quieter weeks, maybe back-to-back for Dak. This matchup is very nice. I think coming off of the bye week, they're going to be rejuvenated. These are all must-win games moving forward. I think the Cowboys start out hot, and I think Dak will be a nicey this week.
You were having some nice success playing Dak earlier in the season.
I was.
Now you're going back to that well.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, it's going to be tough fitting in a lot of pieces with an expensive quarterback. I mean, Dak's not that much more cheaper than Josh.
I mean, like you said, the quarterbacks weren't all that expensive this week.
I would say running backs are definitely my weak point this week. Along with tight end, it's always weak in there. But my running back 1, I have
Holy hell.
DeMarcado.
Whoa.
Do you have him also? Or?
No, I just hope that Trey Benson plays so bad.
Yeah, I'm hoping Trey Benson doesn't play. It's mainly that. And he has looked like the better back than Bam Knight.
When everyone, nasty boy.
Like a couple of weeks ago, everyone was so hype about Bam Knight.
Yeah.
Dude is pretty dog. At least DeMarcado I've seen like one explosive play from him every single week. And hopefully he just gets some of the rock and can continue that.
Yep. I'm back at the Rico well, baby. This guy's unstoppable. This guy's absolutely unstoppable. He has a terrific matchup against Atlanta, who's been getting torched by running backs. Rico's going to at least have 20 points this week. I'm certain of it.
Atlanta's actually not a... Well, whoops. I'm moving the whole board.
They are a bad run defense.
No, they're a really good run defense.
No, they're not.
Henderson just torched them and skewed some of the stats because it was just those bouncing runs outside that he got really lucky on. But besides that, he was getting
a hard time believing that 1 or 2 games is putting them at 28th in points against.
They're a good run D. I'm pretty sure they were like 15th last week.
We'll see when Rico puts 20 on their face. But he puts 15 up on like everyone, so he'll have a good day no matter what.
Okay. And then my RB2 is Jaylen Warren.
Oh, that one.
Liking that matchup a lot against the
Yeah.
Cincinnati Bengals.
Got a little little stack action here on the opposite side. Got Genty against the Cowboys. I think this actually could be a really terrible play because Cowboys are, obviously they have Logan Wilson now, Quinn Williams, DeMarvion Overshone is back. I believe Revel, the cornerback, is playing. So they're getting a lot of reinforcements at the defensive end coming off the bye week. So this could be a revitalized defense. However, I'm not going to put all my eggs in that basket. I still think they're going to be middle of the pack, and Genty will have a lot of carries and probably a touchdown.
You have to I feel like you playing Genty, and then I'm assuming you're going to have a Dallas wide receiver and Dak. I feel like you have to kind of hope for the Raiders coming out hot and starting with the lead. And then that, or the other way I could see it coming is Raiders just trade away Jacoby. They're looking for someone else to get some more receiving work. Maybe this is the week where we see an uptick in Genty's receiving work too. All right. This is where the lineup gets fun. Wide receiver 1. We got Jamar Chase.
Yeah, I had a feeling this was about to happen.
With the comeback from Jaylen Warren, liking that matchup a lot. Loving how Joe Burrow's targeting him. Enough said over there.
I got Jordan Addison. He's honestly been incredible since he's been back. He's been what it seems like the most consistent target almost for Minnesota. And he's got a good matchup. I think he's just a guaranteed 15 points, which is all I'm looking for, just trying to have a steady lineup here.
He has been playing nice.
He's been so good.
Wide receiver 2, we got Emeka Big
Expected that.
With the comeback from Josh Allen. That's going to be a really fun game to watch.
It will be fun.
On Sunday morning. And you got your stack
I got CD.
right there.
Nothing much to say about that. If I like Dak, I like CD. I'm not too worried about picking between Pickens or Lamb. I'm sure they both are fine. I want a bounce back game for CD more than anything. I want him to have a real nice one, so it's more of a personal thing.
Or are you throwing me off? Do you have both of them?
That would be sick. I wish I did.
Or do you got Jake Ferguson? Really wondering if you have multiple.
We'll see.
Cowboy players. All right, and I'm not done yet paying up for wide receiver. Wide receiver number 3. We got Puka Nacua.
Yeah, I have a feeling you're going to have nothing left on these bottom 3.
Yeah, you would be correct in guessing that. But, I mean, going into the week, having Josh Allen, Jamar Chase, Mecca, Big Boo, and I can't stop saying it like that.
Big Boo.
And Puka Nacua feels pretty nice.
Great.
Whoa.
I got Rashid Shaheed. He got some work right away on Sunday after getting traded. They were looking to get him the ball. It seemed like they gave him some end arounds, so it seems like they're going to utilize him in a fun way. And I think this Seattle Rams game is going to be high scoring. I think that'll be another fun game to watch.
Yeah, that'll be
Love that.
A lot of divisional games this week.
Yeah.
And then I got Tyler Higbee in there. He was just...
He'll catch a freaking touchdown, dude. He'll catch a touchdown.
No.
It's so frustrating.
What I was doing was playing one of the Buffalo tight ends. I was playing Jackson Hawes at 2,800, but I couldn't afford him anymore.
That
I was paying up
so
for
funny.
Wide receivers.
I couldn't afford
So I was like, honestly, Higbee does kind of just feel a little bit more safe.
Yeah, definitely.
Like you just said, this could be a fun matchup. And it looks like a nice matchup, too, against the Seahawks.
I guess they suck against tight end. I got Zach Ertz. He's been a nice safety blanket over the past couple weeks. He's kind of just Mr. Consistent, it feels like. He's always open. And he always catches the ball. So I'm just looking for 5 catches for 40 yards, and I'll call it good.
I respect
Maybe get
that.
in the end zone.
All right, now here's where the real money saver comes in.
No way.
What?
Oh, you've already saved so much money. How can you possibly need to save more?
I have to play a 3K player, and then I have to pay bottom tier defenses to get these. It's
I'm gonna
the
lose,
most expensive, and then. But I don't even hate this play. The wide receiver 1 is out for multiple weeks. They just traded for this guy. AD Mitchell at 3K.
I freaking love this guy, dude. I love AD Mitchell.
I'm really fun. This was the first player I put in my lineup, and I was like, I can do something fun with this now.
Play. That's fantastic. I hate that I can't cheer for AD Mitchell now. I love that guy. I want him to do great things. In Sleeper, when you can heart a player if you're interested in him in Dynasty.
Yeah.
Oh, I did that shit a couple times to AD Mitchell just to get his attention. He never said anything to me, but I want that guy. And then I got a piece of that Cincinnati-Pittsburgh matchup. I think DK's going to have a bounce-back game, I'm sure. He doesn't get really peppered too much, but he's a big play guy, so getting in the end zone once I think will be nice. He could have a big game.
And then defenses, I got the Titans, and you got the Giants. Whoa. Hey, yo. I also thought about playing the Giants in probably a low-scoring game.
Yeah.
I'm playing the Titans coming off a bye at home. we'll see what happens switching quarterbacks. And then I do like the Giants play. They're also at home.
They're a reasonable defense.
Yeah.
The Packers haven't obviously looked tremendous on offense, and at home it feels like there's some room for some points there.
And last week too, we forgot to mention Ben did kick our butts. He scored 150, so he's put up 30 more points than us. It looks like too we have some new entries in there. Yep. Austin is in there already, and looks like Chase joined the league too. So I'm excited to have some more extra competition.
Absolutely.
Feels like we have to play harder now, too.
I know, it really does. You can't be playing this lineup after we get more competition. Moving into redraft, I don't know if we mentioned it, because I think the only thing we're really going to talk about here with these picks for both leagues is that we have a doubleheader. Me and Dane play in both Dynasty and redraft this week, so that will be pretty fun. So definitely, let's take a look first at the redraft matchup.
Our matchup or Peter and Sam?
Let's get ours first.
Okay.
And then we'll go to the less important one afterwards. You know what I mean?
But funny enough, I'm picking you in redraft. It's your team looks really good in redraft with having Baker and Ibuka, that stack. Yep. Ibuka's been such a steal of a pick for you, and Javonte also. Like, your running backs are really safe. That trade that you just made with Garrett Wilson for Breece Hall has been paying wonders already. Mm-hmm. And then I'm kind of expecting like a bounce back for Jefferson. You got Pickens, you got Chase Brown. Like, you got a lot of players that I like on your squad, so I can't hate on it. I'm going to be picking you this week. Yeah, my team's just so boomer bust that I can't trust them at all. That's why I'm one of the worst teams too.
Is like, my team on paper looks like, this is going to be really like, I'm going to be putting up points no matter what type of deal, but I could lose to you putting up 160 if, like, J-Mo, Kittle, Ebo, like, those are guys that could put up 25 points each. So that's what I'm worried about, and I obviously think Dak's going to have a great game. That could get counteracted a little bit by me having Javonte and Pickens, but
I would feel more confident if I didn't have Olave and Marvin Harrison just going into surgery.
Yeah, that hurt a lot.
But I think you're in the clear. My big week was last week. I think I scored the most points, maybe, which came out of nowhere because I was one of the worst teams. And Now I have a tough matchup against you. It's crazy how you have like Rome on your bench too.
My bench, dude. And when Hampton's gonna come back at some point because he's on my IR, like, I don't know what I'm gonna.
Dude, give me Vidal. Give me some.
I probably should be like trying to trade some of these pieces for a dude, but like. Let's get a live
trade. I need to win against you this week to actually stay in contention.
You someone this week, dude. You can have him next week.
I'm going to be out of the playoff race next week. So.
You're probably out of the playoff race as it is, realistically.
No, I'm not eliminated. Doesn't say I'm eliminated yet.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. Has anyone clinched? I just want to look at... All right. Anyway, let's move on to Peter and Sam. I believe I chose Peter. You chose Sam. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Cool. I'll lead this one off. I think the Stafford Puka stack could do numbers this week. And then I also love the Etienne and Henderson matchups, especially with Ramondre probably not playing. Feel pretty nice about those guys just getting loads and loads of work. On the back end here, I don't remember who the tight end filling is, Dalton Schultz, whatever.
He's been fine recently.
Yeah, so the flexes, I mean, obviously Rico's great, but Ramondre's out, so I guess he's filling in with, like, Calvin Austin or something like that. So it just feels like...
That's what I was projecting.
Peter's got a lot of guys that I like in comparison to Sam, but I think this is going to be a really, really close matchup.
And, yeah, DeMarco's looking like a demon.
Like a dog down there.
Yeah, I do like that Puka stack. I don't know. This one's really just a toss-up for me, where Rico and think I like the flex plays of Sam a little bit more with Rico and probably Calvin Austin rather than
Rico could just outscore both of them.
Yeah, and then but man, I don't know.
Me personally, like, having Jared Goff in Dynasty, I'm not super excited to play him this week. Like, obviously we just saw what the Eagles and Packers game was like. Seems like Jalen Phillips is going to be a great addition to an already pretty good defense. I'm kind of worried for a regression game here from Jared Goff. I could see him having kind of a dud. So that's kind of what I'm worrying about most, I think, with this lineup. And then obviously Rasheed's playing Denver, which is not the best matchup, and Henry playing Cleveland, which those matchups tend to be pretty low scoring. So
those are some tough matchups.
Yeah, it's just threw me off a little bit, whereas I loved a lot of the stuff on the other
I'm just letting you catch up.
Yeah, and I appreciate that. I'm like one game at a time. I'm crawling back. And I'll leave it like this, but it looks like Ryan and Austin is our difference, and then we play each other again in Dynasty. This one is going to be nice.
I'm really excited for this matchup, mostly because this is my time. There's been a lot of talk about me being such a big fraud from a lot of our league mates. I'm sitting here 8-2 with tied for the best record in the league. Now I'm playing a real team. Everyone's saying, even though I just beat Peter, I just beat Jake, I'm really excited for this match. So excited that, I mean, I wish you were on the other screen because it was just a fake out. I am picking myself this week. You always got to bet on yourself.
Okay, sheesh. All right.
I really am hoping I'm not jinxing myself because I've been betting against myself every single time, unless I've been really confident. This is the first one where I actually have to put my money where my mouth is. And it's a fun matchup all around the board. We got players in every single spot.
Yeah.
And it can be anyone's game.
We got a good couple. I like our Flacco Aaron Rodgers matchup there. That could be fun. A little head-to-head there directly.
We got Puka and JSN going up against each other.
Puka, JSN. We got Jacoby Myers and Lad McConkey going up against each other. The highlight, dude. I actually think, obviously, I'm not thrilled about having to play Jacoby Myers, but I do think having this week that first week under his belt, now coming into this matchup, he could actually be relevant again, maybe a little bit more comfortable. Brian Thomas might come back. He's not the main guy, that type of thing. So I have high hopes for Jacoby moving forward, honestly.
I mean, he's got a killer nickname on your team.
Well, I would still trade him.
Really hyping your guy up.
To be fair, I would still trade him. And then on the QB end, I think Jordan Love could have a tough game. I'm not saying he will, but it could be a tough matchup there, so I could see him struggling a little bit. And if CJ Stroud does play, I really like the Tennessee matchup, so that could be a good comeback game for him as well. And then move on to Austin and Ryan, which I think is probably the second best game of the week. Maybe Jake and Ethan too, but I believe I went with...
You went with Ryan. I went with...
Yeah. So I need to hear your Austin take here because I feel like he's got a couple areas he needs to fill now with Marv being hurt and things like that.
For me, yeah, he does. But Ryan's team also feels a little spotty without having Jonathan Taylor in there to carry his team. He's relying on Woody Marks finally. And Jameson Williams, he had a great week last week, but he has not been great. Brian Thomas has not been great.
Oh, yeah, I see it.
Pickens and Addison have really been his studs at wide receiver. But the trades that Austin has made to acquire Achane and Kyron have been really paying off. And DK Metcalf, we do like that matchup against Cincinnati. Yeah, he's going to have to find someone to substitute Marv and his tight end and Jackson Dart. But like Sam Darnold this week against the Rams is going to be nice.
I'm assuming he just goes Trey Tucker probably against Dallas. That's a big play waiting to happen.
And then he has Calvin Austin. And
now that you've explained it, I definitely see where you're coming from. I could totally see Austin winning this. I really thought this was like a Ryan. When I first went through it, like, okay, this is a Ryan's winning this game. But now that we talked about it a little bit, I could totally see Austin winning this. Achane and Drake London have both been on tears. I could see DK having a big game. Yeah, I actually, if in a different world, I would change my pick right now, but I won't. So we shall see what happens. I think this will be a fun game too. I really do. But I think that is it for the picks. Is there anything else you want to chat about, Dane?
Nah, just an announcement. I'll be away from the podcast for the next 2 weeks, so the shorts, the podcast might be looking a little bit different. Hopefully we have someone that can substitute in as a co-host for AJ, so he's not talking to himself.
We'll get a couple guests, maybe one or two guests, one week, one the other week. We'll see what happens.
That'll be fun. Comment down below if you want to be a guest. We'll let anyone.
Yeah, we'll let anyone do it. You're all coming. We'll have 6 people at one time doing this podcast. Let's do it.
All right, but thanks for watching. Until next time, peace out.